What are you doing?
Alright, so we need to redo the whole kitchen.
No.
Here's the thing. This shelf just can't support that much weight with all the stuff I had on it. So I need to redo this shelf. And if I'm redoing the shelf, I hate to break it to you, but everything's gotta change. I'm also just thinking, like, I don't know, this is just a bit out of my wheelhouse. How do I decorate a kitchen? I don't know. But when I moved everything down here, I'm like, hang on a second. I've always kept, you know, we've always kept, we both live here. Always kept this clear. But now I'm like, it's a white kitchen. Like there should be things, you know? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe we should utilize, this is just like blank. I mean, we gotta get a knife block. And that's the thing where I'm like, now I'm thinking of like things that we need.
Yeah.
So you agree?
I'm in for a knife block.
Okay, so hear me out. So we could either do like this cake stand, gorgeous, a little heavy, maybe too heavy for the shelf, but like what if we did it like here, and then knife block, and then we do like a little coffee, because like this is all cluttered. Obviously the, shut up. So this needs to be here because it's like bulky.
Right.
But this is all kind of crowded. So what if we just did air fryer, Google, and then we did kettle and coffee bean grinder here at this outlet. And tea. So we had like a little coffee station, right? And then this plus knife, pretend this is a knife block.
I'm pretending.
Okay. And then, I don't know, maybe like we get like a little cutting board, lean it. Or we put all those here. Love cookbooks. So we got some here, but like maybe I could do like a couple here, a couple, like, you know, imagine like, I don't know.
Sure.
And then like coffee and, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Picture it.
Should we try something? Let's maybe try moving these guys over.
Okay. Well, what if we,
What if we,
What if we just did the two pastas down here? And it's like cooking.
Sure.
And we kept the baking stuff up there.
I mean, I'm down to see.
Maybe. I'm busy. Maybe the books are a little bit much. Like, what if we did?
Oh, that's right.
And it kind of like separates it.
Yeah.
It's getting a little cluttered, if I'm being real.
I think it's a little cluttered.
Okay, I just said that.
To be honest, to me, the cake stand is too bulky. It's just so bulky.
It looks bulky now because there's nothing next to it.
It's bulky.
It is.
Bulky.
I'm not even done. Okay, I'm like, we have
I know. I've just always been thinking it's being bulky.
It is, but like, okay, paper towels can literally go over here.
Okay, literally, true.
Like, no, I need a designer.
No, you don't. You're a designer.
Does this not fit under here?
You know, we need to just look up some like Pinterest, some
I
inspo.
was just doing that.
Okay.
They're all ugly. But they're pretty much doing a variation of what I'm doing. Like there's like a section, where I was only like corners. You put things in corners, but like, I don't know, this is too big.
Yeah.
I just don't eat fruit anymore. Okay, so after trying out every combination possible, I think we figured it out. Welcome to our new kitchen. Cake stand here. Imagine there's beautiful baked goods in there. Mosey on over, we got vegetables. That barely changed except this was here. Okay. We ended up moving coffee stuff back. Didn't look very good. And honestly, this is a little cluttered, but like who's looking at the little, you know, station over here? This is clearly electronic station. Moving along. We've got paper towels here, which Ted hates.
All right, well, you got to show us the piece de resistance first, because that's where our eyes are.
Okay, the shelf?
Yes.
The shelf. Come on. We simplified it. We lightened the load. We've got all of my beautiful displays, my colored glassware, my Our Place little bowls, beautiful vase made by yours truly, some baking stuff, a beautiful, look at this potato casserole dish that Ted's stepmom gave us. And then down here we've got some cookbooks, some pasta. This is our placeholder for a knife block. So imagine knife block, okay? And then we got my KitchenAid is now able to be a bit more on displayed. Cutting board, pampas grass didn't move. And then I think like at some point, like we get like a little circular cutting board or something. We lean like kind of behind here just to kind of break up some of the white. I think most importantly, we're gonna live with it for a little bit. And I think it looks good. What do you think?
Comment down below.
No, you. What do you think?
I like it. I love this shelf.
The shelf, I love.
Love putting these glasses on display. It's kind of a duh to me.
It's like a duh.
It's like a big.
It's like fucking duh.
Ow. You know, I don't mind. Okay, move.
You said ow to literally a feather duster.
It was a reaction. It was not of pain.
Okay, what?
I was a fan of the open counter because it felt like a sort of chef's counter of like you could do anything here and there's nothing in your way, and that's just attractive to me. It's like a clean desk. I don't like this here, though it does make sense and I acknowledge that. It encourages using paper towels to dry your hands, which is not something I believe in. We have a dish rag, and this previously was over there, and it was you only pulled it when you needed it.
Ted really has a big thing with paper towels, and granted, like he doesn't like to waste anything, but paper towels is the #1 thing. I don't know why. If you were to use a paper towel for something that you could have used a rag, that's a cardinal sin in this house. But here's the thing. We don't even use them for anything.
Yeah, great.
We have rags to clean, and I do dry my hands on the towel. So having this here is just like for when you need a paper towel.
We'll see.
They're right here. Like, I don't know. Do you feel like you have no self-control? Like,
no, I just think of how people move through a space, and they will absolutely wash their hands. Grab this, no question. And we will be going through paper towels faster than you can chop down the trees to make them.
I think we're gonna be okay. It's just a couple feet, you know.
No, it's not. It's like convenience.
You can stand here when guests wash their hands, and you can say, "Please use a towel. Please use the towel." Or when guests come, we just hide them. We hide them. We don't own paper towels. How about that? That'll work. Anyway, I hear what you're saying about the chef's kitchen, but here's the thing. It's like, look how much counter space we already have. And it just kind of had like, and that's why I kept it clear for so long too. Because I was like, for some reason I was just like, corners have things. But it's so long that it's just like white, like white on white on white.
Yep.
Like if we own this house.
Different colored backsplash.
This would be like a very cool
subway tile.
Backsplash. We'd have like a cool countertop. So you know what I mean? Like it'd be art in itself, but like white. It's a little sterile.
I hear you.
So we need some decor. And look, if you're like, okay, I'm getting ready to bake, you just slide it.
Wait, I have an idea.
What? So Ted has just done something.
Something. Small thing.
He switched the books with the bowl.
Trying to break up those two circles.
Okay. Okay. I don't hate it.
Let's live with it for a sec.
Let's get a poll going in the comments.
We have a 50-point poll going where we need your opinion on 50 different things.
Books under the window or bowl under the window? You know what I think you know what I think maybe you're right, breaking up the circles.
I know that's painful for you to admit.
No, it's fine. We all deserve one every now and then.
One!
You know, I'm not sold though.
I'm not sold either. I'm not sold on fucking anything in here.
Alright, please. It looks great. I also think we need to get some like apothecary hand soap dispensers.
I don't know. What is apothecary?
You know, one will say dishes, one will say hands. It's like the amber glass.
Like in our bathroom?
Yes. We get 2 of them.
Sure.
Then they just look nicer. We just fill it up with the, I mean, come on. Come on. Or we could use this. I don't know. No.
No one ever uses those.
And then maybe instead of sponge, we get one of those brushes. That like a hander. That has...
No opinion.
Okay.
I like our sponge. And I like its little bed.
Look
that
at
you made.
I do love the bed.
Aww.
Oh god, a fly just came up. But look at the sponge. That's not...
Well, whatever. You know, it's a workplace. It's a kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a little bit of a project today. So in my office, I don't have a nightstand because I didn't really think one would fit because it's like a really small room. But my computer's just been like sitting on the floor. Whenever I'm in there like with a drink, I have to put it on the floor, like all the stuff. There's like cords, and Ted has been like, get a nightstand, get a nightstand, get a nightstand. And I was like, I don't think it would work. Like I'd have to find whatever. Anyway, so he went on Facebook Marketplace and found me one and then went and picked it up for me yesterday. And it's here, but I must warn you, it's ugly. It's just like a little wicker nightstand that someone painted brown, which would not have been my choice. This thing is broken, it's kind of like peeling, whatever. I didn't want to like spend a lot of money. And guess how much this person was selling this for? $125. I was like, sir, I'm not in the mood to be gaslit, okay? I'll give you 50 bucks. And he was like, for sure. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. So I just went out and got some white spray paint. And I'm gonna paint it white. And then I think it's gonna go perfectly with my room. Okay, first coat done. This is what it's looking like. Looking pretty good already. It's definitely gonna need at least one more coat because of all the little crevices, but it's already looking better. I just went ahead and painted over the knob. I'm not gonna get a new knob. I think it looks fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this dry, come back and do another coat. And while I was at Home Depot getting the paint, I also picked up 2 things for my garden. I got some jalapeno peppers, and I didn't get seeds this time because, I mean, everything's coming along so great. I'll show you an update real quick, but maybe don't knock over my camera. But you know, I'm just getting a little bit impatient, and I figured this would like kind of keep me busy, give me a little bit of a head start so I don't have to wait so long before I can harvest anything. But let me show you what's going on. I also got some neem oil spray because I've got some bugs. Here's what's going on with the carrots. Some of these are getting really big. I've thinned them out again, but like, look at this guy. If I get one good carrot out of it, I'll be happy. My romaine is still like, I don't know what happened to my romaine, but like, it's just weird. Here's my arugula. It's really starting to like sprout up. Over here, we've got my tomatoes. Don't need a support yet, but I was looking at some cages while I was at Home Depot. Can't wait. Look at my freaking cucumbers. Like, they're growing
like a weed. And then my tiny little watermelons are still growing really slowly. But then I have some oregano. My parsley is looking great. And then my poppies, which an animal dug out some of them, but there's still a few, so I might plant a few more over there. Oh, and I also got a strawberry plant because I'm gonna empty out. So I planted wildflower seeds in here like over a month ago, and then nothing happened. So I'm gonna put the strawberries in here. And look, it's already getting a little strawberry. That will be so exciting. And then I also planted, look at this. So for my birthday, my friend got me some seed packets. I had a couple extra grow bags, so I planted some corn. Now, I don't know the first thing about growing corn, but I was like, well, I have extra soil and a grow bag. I stuck a couple kernels in there, and look at this. I did put a potato cutting in there, but it rotted, so I bought new potatoes, and I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna do it without cutting it this time. Just put the whole potato in there. But they still haven't sprouted yet, so I'm waiting on that. But like, exciting stuff, right? Okay, I definitely missed a couple of spots. But not where we're gonna be seeing. And now I can finally put my computer on it. And I can still open those drawers. Now I need to get stuff for on top of it. Cute! A nightstand. Okay, I am so excited because I've been wanting to, this is just like a little garden in the front of our house. There's just a few succulents, but mostly nothing in between. And you see the dirt, it's just that. It's dirt, which hasn't really been amended, and I don't even know how long. And so it needs some love. So I was just trying to think of like what I could do for not that much money to get some flowers to grow here. And so I went to my local nursery and I talked to the guy, and I got 2 bags of planting mix and then a soil conditioner and some fertilizer. And what I'm gonna do today, I'm so excited. I wasn't able to garden yesterday because I had some work to do, and then I had to go out, and waking up today was like Christmas morning because I get to dig up this garden. So I'm going to dig up, here's my plan. I'm gonna dig up the soil, or the dirt that's already here. I'm not gonna move the plants that are already here, the cactuses and stuff. They seem to be doing fine. So I'm gonna be digging around them and mixing in the soil and soil conditioner and fertilizer. And then once that's done, I'm gonna plant some seeds, which I got these Cosmos, and then I have just a whole bag of a mix of native wildflowers, a ton of them. So I'm gonna just plant a bunch of flower seeds in here, and hopefully I have a nice lush garden in a few months. I'm so excited. So I'm just kind of tilling the soil, which I've never done, but I watched a lot of videos. So consider me an expert. I just found some peanuts. Is that? Is that a thing? Is that compost? Because if it is, they did not break down. I wonder what other treasures I'll find. So I'm just putting some of the dirt on this bag so that it won't overflow when I put more dirt on, and I'll be able to mix in some of this dirt as I see fit. Obviously not going to put all of the dirt on here, but this is just the plan I've come up with in the past 5 seconds. Anyone that would try to tell you that gardening isn't a workout doesn't know what they're talking about. My back and my biceps are on fire and I'm covered in dirt. Anyway, this is where we're looking. I have dug up all of this and I found one worm. There really was not, this was the only living creature I found. I don't know where it is. Oh, here he is. So I'm having him rest here and then I'm gonna put him back so he can take care of the garden. But now I'm gonna start putting down the soil. Okay, now I just have to mix it. So, mostly gonna use my hands, I think, but I have this thing. Okay, now it's time for the fun part. Although all of it was fun, if I'm being honest. I look crazy. Oh my god. Why did I even shower today? Oh my god. I cannot wait. If this does not, if I don't have the luscious garden in the neighborhood, I'm gonna riot. Now we wait and shower. Okay, so if you were wondering like which muscles are targeted when gardening, I have an update for you. It's all of them. Every muscle in my body is sore, as if I ran a marathon. Digging, like I wasn't even standing, and my butt and legs absolutely sore. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm obsessed with watching the show Alone. Do you guys watch that reality show? So good. And every single time I watch it, I'm like, okay, I could do this. Literally, I could do it. These people are like survivalists, like that's their like hobby or their jobs, and I'm like, not. But every time I watch it, I'm just like, you guys, leave me in the woods. I'll figure it out. But gardening, that day, like, I, like, had a late lunch. So I was really hungry and gardening. And I just, at the end of the day, my body was so tired that I, like, wanted to cry. And I was like, that was what did it. I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. I couldn't do it. Not to mention, I literally cried 5 minutes into an episode one day when like a woman killed a goose. So yeah, I don't know. Jury's still out on if I'd make it or not. But you guys, Ted and I are literally going to Hawaii in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I am freaking out, as you can imagine. It's the longest flight. It's from LA, it's only 6 hours, which is like the same distance flying from LA to back home in Philly. But I haven't taken a straight flight like that in literally years. I've always like done small like layovers to kind of break it up. But I have a straight shot to Hawaii, and I'm scared. But you know, it's gonna be okay. I just have to remind myself that like I'm not gonna just not be anxious about it. Like I'm just not. Like I'm really excited, but until I get there, like the excitement is gonna come after the anxiety, the anticipatory anxiety. But I'm gonna be okay because honestly, it's one of several trips we're doing this year, but that's the big one. Like everything else is within the continental US. So nothing like major like that, but still like a lot of flights in my future, more than I've been on in years. And I'm just kind of like putting them on the calendar. I'm like, yeah, I'll deal with it then. And I'm just hoping at the end of all of this that I'm in a much better place with travel, because I haven't traveled much in my life and it's definitely a dream of mine. But wow, travel is expensive when you're outside of the continental US. Who would have thought? But so so Ted and I were planning, I've always dreamt of going to Kauai. Like I've never been to Hawaii, I've always dreamt of going to Kauai specifically. Like of all the islands, that one just like interests me the most because it just looks beautiful, and I've never been anywhere that beautiful. Like I've never been to like a tropical place like that, and so that's just like been on my bucket list. Before the pandemic, Ted and I had been saving up to go to Kauai, and then the pandemic happened and obviously that didn't happen. But I've been saving up my travel points on my credit card literally since I got it. Like I haven't used my points. And for Christmas, I surprised Ted with flights to Hawaii. And like, that's a huge step for me because I was the one to like initiate it, which like that is literally all of these trips that I'm taking. Like, don't think it was me that initiated any of it. I'm like, when you see me going somewhere, it's because someone was like, we're going. And I'm like, okay. But I did it, and that was a big step for me. But since we're leaving in 2 weeks, I've been like doing some research on just like things we want to see, things we want to do. And I came across some stuff like on social media that I wasn't aware of, that like the tourism industry in Hawaii isn't like super great for the natives. Like it's more like, I encourage you to look into it yourself because I don't have all of the facts and I'm not like the most eloquent in speaking about this stuff. I'm still doing some research, but you know, we've always been told that like tourism is good for Hawaii. It's like a huge part of their economy, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like what's not covered on mainstream news, which is why I was not aware of, is that it doesn't necessarily put money back into the natives and the locals who live there. It kind of just like serves to benefit the rich and like the major corporations there, like the big hotels and like all of that stuff. So, you know, Ted and I have been talking about it and we're like feeling really bad that like we were completely ignorant to this issue. And like, while it's too late for us to like cancel our trip, I'm glad that we became more aware of this issue before we like left and came back. We're planning on like respecting the land and like not leaving any trash, and you know what I mean? Like those things go without saying. Like we're just not interested in being disrespectful to a place that we don't live. But we are now just like looking into like how we can spend our money more ethically while we're there by like patronizing local shops rather than like these major corporations, shopping at like local farmers markets, mom and pop restaurants, things like that. And maybe just like some things we can do while we're there that like benefit the community. You know, I feel pretty like silly and naive because like admittedly I'm like privileged in my little bubble. I'm not well traveled. I'm not super cultured. So there's just a lot of things I don't know and we're not aware of. Yeah, if you guys, you know, if I have any local Hawaiians who follow me, I would love to know some great places in Kauai that we can patronize. There's some things we can do that will give back to the community, and you know, things to avoid, and things of that nature. But I'm absolutely spiraling, because when I booked this was in December. Literally forever from now, I'll be a different person then. Turns out, no. Something reeks. Like outside, something smells. And I don't know if it's my fertilizer. I don't know if it's like my neighbor's trash. I don't know if something died out there, but it smells like sweet, rotting vegetables. And it's not my vegetables. And I had some windows open because I was getting a cross breeze going. It's a nice day out and it reeks, and I keep getting a whiff of it and I'm like, what is that? It's not necessarily a bad smell, it's just weird and unpleasant.
Hey guys, this is me as I'm editing this video, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on what that smell was. That was absolutely reeking and making me nauseous. It was gas. A perfect storm. You know, a couple days before, Ted used the grill, forgot to turn off the propane, and then somebody, not me, bumped the burner, and so it turned on the gas, and I was just absolutely leaking gas into my backyard and throughout my neighborhood. And yeah, that was awesome.
I guess I should shove off because this vlog is finished and it's time to edit it and upload it. I love letting you guys in on the BTS, behind the scenes things that happen. So I will be exporting this from my camera onto my computer, opening up Premiere Pro by Adobe, and giving this an edit. I will then be exporting that, uploading it onto YouTube, and scheduling the video. So now that you guys know my process, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.